politics is humanity. When we put out an opinion, nobody wants to know your opinion. They want to know which side you are on. In Kala, that character, many people believe that the hero fails in the end and the villain wins. But no, actually, from the beginning, Shaji, my character, is the villain. That's a very popular opinion. Me and Basil are very good friends.
Yes.
And we are.
He'll jump,
Yeah.
take a bullet.
He might. And definitely I'll do that.
When's the next Tamil film?
The right before action, I'm sitting on the spot and I'm hearing tuck, 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 tuck. And glass pieces, when they are broken, they are sharper than metal. I jumped and I got a cut. My still there. Here,
that's good.
one here. And again, I had to stay in bed for a month.
One of my favorite, I think, action spaces of yours is in Talamala for sure.
Yeah.
I love the theaters.
Yeah.
You do tease us that the second film is going to be about you
Yes.
and all the.
That's
hundreds
going to be
of-
the biggest challenge in my career ever. I mean,
If one of them were your friend and you're saying, Macha, I also want to do something like this, but should I, shouldn't I?
fit at the earliest. Before you are wiser. Chase your dream when you are stupid and naive.
Hi, Tovino.
Hello, hi.
I have long been an admirer of your work.
Oh, thank you so much.
The kind of films that you have stood for, the kind of films that you've been a part of, the variety of characters that you've done. I could name a lot of films here, but I want to save time. So I'm glad to have met you now.
My pleasure.
The context of our conversation obviously is that your film Pallichattambi.
Yes.
I said it right.
Yeah, it's coming out on April 10th.
And I see a lot of Tamil fonts around me.
Yeah.
Which means you're not treating this just as a Malayalam film.
The thing is, now we can do it. And if we can dub it into different languages, it will be more convenient for people who speak that language. They can jump across that barrier of subtitles.
Yeah,
For me personally, I like to watch the original version with subtitles.
me too.
But there are people who prefer to watch movies in their own language.
Yeah.
So for their convenience, we are doing it. Not because it's
Does
a
it
pan-Indian project or anything. I don't know what
Do you like that label?
pan-Indian project and all. Anybody can claim that it's a pan-Indian project.
Yeah.
But for a project to be pan-Indian project, it's not just enough that it is released in all languages.
Yeah.
It should be received in all languages.
Yeah.
That's when one movie becomes pan-Indian or global or anything.
Right. Which happened to a film like Lokah, for example.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to dubbing a film in multiple languages, does it depend on the kind of film that you have, where you feel like this is the kind of film that could?
Ultimately, it's the directors and producers' call.
Yeah.
I like people watching my original version of the movie.
Yeah.
But again, as I told, considering the people who doesn't understand Malayalam, it will be convenient for them if the movie is available in their own language.
Do you feel like, I mean, we are having this conversation in Chennai, of course.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're also getting a lot of love from these spaces? So it makes sense to also.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we cannot do everything considering our taste. We have to consider everyone, the majority of the people.
Pallichattambi, what does it mean? It's a fighter appointed by an institution or something like that?
Nowadays, when we say Chattambi, it can mean, or people might understand it as someone who fights Chattambi. Chattambi is someone like a gunda. But as far as I know, I mean, what Dijo has told me, Chattambi doesn't exactly mean that he's a gunda. Chattambi is someone who is proficient in something, in some skill. So here in this movie, my character is someone who is appointed by a church to teach the students over there how to defend themselves, and self-protection, all these things.
So he's a teacher, not necessarily more a teacher than a fighter. What would you?
For someone to teach fight, he should be a fighter.
I don't know whether I'll agree with that. You know what
At
I
least
say,
you should
right? A
know
lot
how
of
to
great
fight.
teachers may know how to make you a great fighter.
The thing is, when we learn a martial art,
Right.
the first rule is don't use it unnecessarily.
Right.
Don't use it to attack someone. Instead, use it for self-defense or to protect your loved ones or protect innocent people. That's the basic ethics of any martial art, I believe.
Yeah.
So in this movie, the character is also not someone who goes and bullies people or attacks people.
Of course.
He is a protector.
Yeah.
So he should be a fighter.
I
to
like
protect.
your look also in the film. Short hair and everything. Yeah.
In 2018, when we discussed this project, and in 2019 beginning, we announced it with a drawing. Dijo had envisioned something similar to this. So when we are doing it in 2025, I wanted to look as similar as that painting.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't feel like it's been a lot of years and I've grown in stardom, so maybe it should be about.
No, I was not concerned about my stardom or anything, but I was concerned about the evolution of generally the evolution that's happening to the world and evolution of cinema. So something that we started discussing in 2018 had to be evolved, just like how the society evolved, how the movie going experiences evolved. I think we worked on it and we had many drafts of it, and I think we shot the best draft.
What is the biggest change you have seen over these years?
For any industry, I think the lines are blurred.
Right.
From the industry to industry, the borders are blurred. And now when I release a movie in Kerala, that movie is not only watched by Malayalis, it is being watched by movie buffs all over the world. So I realized it when Minal Murli released. I felt even more responsible. When more people are watching a movie, it can become a bigger hit at the same time. If we have to be responsible when more audience are there for our movie. It should satisfy them also, and it has to be a good movie. If it's not a good movie, it'll backfire. The more number of audience who would have praised the movie if the movie is good will not appreciate. Maybe they'll disown the movie.
That's true. So when you're trying to make it appeal to a larger set of people, and that's how I'm understanding what you're saying.
I'm not talking about the appeal. The movie has to be good. That's it.
But that you would have made, that choice you would have made into 2018 also, right?
The thing is, we tried for that, and now we are thinking we are more responsible. We have to be more responsible. When the number of audience increase, earlier the backfire will be also very less.
Right.
Now when more people are watching it, like the appreciation, the backfire also can be.
So practically, what does that mean to the process of, say, for example, writing or filming? What would be one realistic change that you have made?
Cinema has changed. As in, I believe the cinema has changed. As in, the filmmaking, the number of shots, the equipments being used, and maybe sometimes the spectacle that we are.
So you're saying, let's have more of a sense of spectacle about films that we are making.
At the same time, the story has to make sense. The emotions has to be felt. That's equally important, like the spectacle. For an industry like Malayalam, budget is not the biggest strength of our industry.
Nobody will know what money you're making these films with just by seeing these films. That much I can tell you. Yeah, because sometimes you look at these films and you're like, wow, it looks so good.
So from Malayalam, when we make a movie for 10 crores, it should look like a 20 crore movie.
It certainly does.
We'll have to work a little extra hard. That's fine. We are here not just for the money. We are here for the love for cinema.
Yeah, that comes through. Because some actors and filmmakers that I speak with, they are constantly talking about how stories need to feel faster today than they did earlier.
Maybe the attention
Would you agree with
span.
that?
I also feel that the attention span of people, including me, has reduced considerably. And that's not a reversible change also. It's part of the evolution. So we cannot be stuck at some point and wait for the world to come back to that point. The sweet spot we had in our life. The next generation, they are moving towards their prime. So whatever they make is going to be the new thing, new wave. So I think we should adapt and understand and think about all the aspects of movie, not about money making I'm talking about.
I know.
I'm talking about when people have less attention span, we should do whatever possible to get their attention.
I mean, you spoke about director Dijo.
Yeah.
He has a strong sense of social justice. These are topics that he really cares about.
Yes.
Even the films that he's made previously, including Janaganamana, they've spoken about that, right?
Yeah.
And based on whatever footage I saw of this film, it's set in the past. It's a period film.
1957, 58.
Yeah. What is the anger about here in this film?
I mean, I think it's the humanity.
Yeah.
Humanity comes above all, above religion, above politics or anything. It's humanity that comes, and I think that's what we have tried in this movie also. This movie is not political. If we are talking some politics, that's politics is humanity.
Yeah. No, humanity itself seems to be highly political today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Even when you ask for humane treatment of certain characters, instantly today, because of how polarized things seem to be, immediately the question is, oh, why should I grant them humanity? They are not granting me humanity. You know
The
how
problem is when we put out an opinion,
Yeah.
nobody wants to know your opinion. They want to know which side you are on.
Correct. Yeah.
That's the problem. So
Yeah. Yeah. And
when we
based
put
on
out an
that,
opinion based on that opinion, you'll be tagged.
you'll be like, yeah, today the moon is looking pretty. Which side I want?
Yeah.
Based on that, I'll decide whether I want to agree with you or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I caught certain religious connotations in the teaser as well,
Yeah.
which I thought was very interesting because on one level, I think Dijo's talking about how the system, because of how it is, makes things very hard for certain individuals, certain communities, certain groups. Religion is a system as well.
Yes,
How do you see this?
The thing is, it all depends on perspectives.
Yeah.
So when you are not ready to open up, when you are not ready to learn, you'll be stuck with your perspective. If you are able to see from others' perspectives, I think world will be a better place
Absolutely. Yeah.
and will not make anyone's life harder if we start thinking
That's
from
the most
there.
basic description you can come up for empathy, right?
Yeah.
Can you look beyond yourself?
Yeah. Can you look beyond yourself? Can you be selfless?
At what point did this start happening to you? Let me also preface this with a bit more description because when you're doing a film like this and some of the other films that you've done as well, I don't think you could do them without you having a sense of perspective on society and what you want to stand for and what you want to stand against. When did this awareness start to come for you?
When I started thinking, or maybe when I started overthinking. I mean, the thing is, when I was young, when I was stupid and naive, life was easier.
Yeah.
And when you start thinking from different perspectives,
Yeah.
when you can think from someone else's shoes, I think your perspective can change. And maybe the books I've read, maybe my bringing up, maybe the people I've met.
Was there a phase of your life, a specific age pocket where you think you
I
underwent
think
the
it was
most
a-
dramatic change?
I think it was a gradual process.
Yeah?
It was not, it didn't happen overnight.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, we learn something every day. Every day you'll learn something new.
Because I'll tell you this personally, talking about myself, I think for me there was a specific pocket of 4 to 5 years where I underwent dramatic change. From what I was to what I became, and then of course you keep changing.
Maybe the society has a system of correcting itself over the years. Some things that were normal 50 years back
Yeah.
is a crime now. Something that is normal now might be seen as a crime later, years later. So society has a way of correcting itself. There are a lot of convenient crimes happening all the time. It keeps happening.
Yeah.
Just because everyone does that, people think that it's okay, that it's normal. Someday someone will question it and people will start thinking about it. Until you think about it, you'll not know what's wrong with it. Once you know what's wrong with it, you will start correcting and you'll maybe inspire others to correct.
Yeah.
And that's how the correction happens. Society, I'm not talking about the system, the building blocks of every society are the human beings. When human beings starts correcting themselves, the society changes. So maybe I was also a part of that change.
Mm.
And sometimes I think when I think from a character's perspective, I understand a lot of things that Tovino Thomas, the person, will not understand when he thinks from his perspective.
So that must help you immensely as
Yes,
well.
every character I do, my perspective is becoming broader, I think. Because when I do a character, I have to justify that character first. Even if that character is a villain character, I have to find some justification for that villain to do those villainous things.
For sure.
It need not be politically correct, but at the same time, as an actor, I should be convinced. I should understand. Okay, this guy is this kind of person. He has this kind of childhood traumas. Maybe this is why he became a villain, or even a villain can have a softer side.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I try to explore
And
those
even a
sides.
hero can have a very dark side.
Very dark side. I've played many flawed heroes.
For sure, yeah.
Not everyone is perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone is a mix of good and bad, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes I understand things that I'll never understand when I think as Tovino Thomas. But when I'm playing a character, I'll try to think from that character's perspective. That character might be living in a different situation, different circumstance, different background.
May even have superpowers.
May even have superpower.
Yeah. Which character would you say taught you the most?
I think every character does something.
I'm not letting you go without examples.
Kala.
Yeah.
In Kala, that character, many people believe that the hero fails in the end and the villain wins. But no, actually, from the beginning, Shaji, my character, is the villain. He's not the hero.
Just because Tovino played it doesn't make him the hero.
Yeah, yeah. But I could justify Shaji. He had his childhood traumas. He had problems with the relationship with his father.
Yeah.
His experiences. His mother died early. It was his father and him. Father was a military man. He was strict, maybe. Maybe that's why Shaji became like this. He was selfish. Not selfish, selfish. And at some point of time when I was playing Shaji, I could justify Shaji and I felt sorry for Shaji.
Yeah.
Because it was not his decision to become like this.
Yeah, you're trying to be not judgmental about the characters that you play, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I cannot judge my characters. If I'm judging a character that I'm playing, I'll not be able to justify him.
For sure.
So I need to find reasons for every act of that character.
I mean, even in Minil Murali, one of my favorite things about that
Even
film.
in Minal Murali, when you look at it, he is a selfish guy. He doesn't have commitment to anyone, not even to his family. But with great powers comes greater responsibilities, and he understands it, and he transforms into a savior.
In Pallichattambi, do you see him as a hero or do you just see him as a protagonist?
He's a protagonist, and the character, he has his own principles. He may not be the perfect person, but he has his own principles, and he lives according to that. He might have made mistakes.
Do you like him?
I like him.
You do.
I love him.
Why?
I'll be giving away a lot about the
Tell me a
character.
quality that you really admire.
He can throw people, he can beat up people, but he has got that innocence and he has got some principles which came into him in his formative years as a kid, his childhood experiences, his trauma. I think that formative years, the experiences he had in that formative years formed this character. Not even my character's name is revealed yet. Everyone calls him Pallichattambi. So, and I'm not allowed to speak much about it because the director was very particular. But I love him because he has got, he's righteous and he is capable of harm, but he chooses not to. He does it only when it is needed.
Can I ask you this? Is he granted power to protect the community by the system? Is it about a group of people saying, yes, we appoint you as the person who can protect us?
It's not something that he applies and
I understand.
He gets a job.
Yeah.
Like he is designated. Designated.
Yeah. The reason I ask you that is, forever our society has run based on such arrangements.
Yeah.
Right? Today we call them policemen, we call them politicians, and ultimately these are people who we have appointed to run society, to take care of us, to get violent where necessary. We allow them the power to do that. But sometimes when we allow them this power, we see that corruption happens automatically.
Yeah.
right? Because any one individual, any group of people that you give some power to, it seems to, on some level,
It can. The thing is, power is like a kitchen knife. With knife, you can cut vegetables to cook. With that kitchen knife, you can kill someone.
yeah.
So, how to use that kitchen knife? That depends on who has got that kitchen knife, depending on what he is as a person. So, I think when someone gets power,
Yeah.
he should be responsible, like Spider-Man. When you have ultimate power, you should have ultimate responsibility
Yeah,
also.
easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because most often the temptation for a lot of people is to use the power to their benefit, to make the most of it.
Yeah, that's what should be changed.
Yeah.
An ideal world is an utopia. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think it's practical. But we always strive to become a perfect society. But I don't think it will ever become perfect.
Yeah.
But we'll be closer to perfect, or maybe a little better day by day.
You seem like someone who really thinks about people and how they think and how to get better as individuals constantly.
Yeah,
Right?
that's very important. I think like I said earlier, when I'm learning something new every day, uh, I I should be wiser. When I'm wiser, I should be able to think from others' perspectives. Maybe that's my bringing up from my father, my mother. I've seen people, them treating people nicely, regardless they are big or small, as in terms of power. And I think that's very important.
You had great examples at home.
Yeah, I had. And they taught how to love each other. I mean, for example, me, my brother, and my sister, we are like very thick. The reason was small examples. I think my parents were very good at parenting, because uh, whatever good qualities I have, I got it from them. Whatever bad qualities I have, I went and earned myself. So, I remember when I was in school, uh, on birthdays, students, they'll bring a pack of chocolates. So they'll distribute it to every student in the class. So there was a unwritten rule in my house. If I get a chocolate, I have to bring it home. I cannot eat it from the school. I have to bring it home, cut it into 3 pieces. One piece goes to my brother, one piece goes to my sister, one piece I can take. In the beginning, I thought it's unfair. That's my chocolate.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I got it. Why don't I eat it? But later I realized, if I'm getting a chocolate and I'm eating it, I'll get it only once in a while. But when my brother gets a chocolate and when my sister gets a chocolate, I'll get one small piece at least. So more often, I'll get a chocolate.
Yeah.
So with that small, simple, unwritten rule in my house, our bonding became so thick.
Everybody got chocolates all
Everybody
the time.
got chocolates. If I have something, it's theirs too. If they have got something, it's mine too.
So you are that one person in India who had a good childhood.
I cannot complain. I have the best family.
Clearly.
Yeah, I have the best parents. I have the best brother and sister. I have the best wife and kids. I cannot complain. And best friends. I think I've got the best friends in the world. I have friends who will jump in front of me if someone shoots me. I mean, I'm sure they'll choose me over them.
Lovely. Who's your closest in the film space?
A lot of them.
Yeah.
For example, that's a very popular opinion. Me and Basil are very good friends.
Yes.
And we are able to relate to each other.
He'll jump in front of you, take a bullet.
He might, and definitely I'll do that for him, because we are two small town boys, came into cinema with dreams, and we can relate to each other so much. He can visualize my silly humor. I can visualize his silly humor. I don't have to explain a joke to him. He doesn't have to explain a joke to me.
Yeah.
We never have dramatic conversations. We always try to make fun of each other on social media, or when we are together in a crowd also. We will make fun of each other. Rarely we speak our heart out. Bro, I really care for you. I'm happy for you. All these things, we do that rarely. But some things need not be spoken.
Yeah.
We know each other that there is this bond.
Yeah, yeah. And nothing kills a friendship more than having to explain a joke.
Yeah.
I got one thing that you said. You spoke about being small town boys and seeing a lot of success and money and fame and all of this, right? How do you ensure that the good things that come with being a small town boy get preserved even after this? What do you see as why do some people lose it? Why are only some people able to retain it? What do you think is the difference?
I'm no one to comment about that. I don't know about that, but when I'm talking about myself, I think I believe money is just a byproduct.
Of?
The satisfaction, that's what we are aiming for, whatever we do. When I'm acting, I look for satisfaction. That's a product. Money is a byproduct. Even if you have millions and millions of money, if you don't have that satisfaction, I don't think you'll be at peace. But I need money for my expenses, for taking care of my family. If I want to do something for my friends, I need money. For money, we need money itself. But money is not the last word of everything. That's what I believe. By being the same person before coming to cinema and after coming to cinema, it doesn't mean that you have to be stuck somewhere.
No, I know.
You can make changes in your lifestyle. You can make changes in your character. Good changes, I mean.
Yes.
I mean, when you grow up, when you understand things, when you understand life, I think we can change. And I might have had many ideas which I thought it was right. Later on, I realized that's wrong. But just because I believed it once, I don't have to be stuck there. If I find something that I'm believing is wrong, I can correct it anytime I want.
Yeah.
The moment I realize that's wrong, I should correct it. So it's not about being the same.
No, it's also about not getting carried away by what you get.
Because this, especially in cinema industry, when you are successful, you might sometimes get carried away thinking that this is permanent. No, nothing is permanent. This too shall pass.
Yeah. And some of these learnings, your characters also teach you the stories that you work on. Right.
And the filmmakers that I've worked with, their ideologies, we'll have discussions, and so usually what we do is we'll follow whatever the society follows until we question it. If we are not questioning, if we are blindly believing something, we'll keep on doing that forever. For that questioning, maybe one simple conversation, maybe one silly joke can make you think and question whatever you were following all this while. Once you start asking questions to ourselves, I think you have all the answers inside you. You just need to think. You have all the inputs from outside. You just have to gather it and find out what is right and try to find out what is right and wrong. You may not be perfect, but you'll be close to perfection.
Let's briefly return to the film, because I'm sure from there I'll bring you back into life again. I saw the teaser of this film and it seemed to be suggesting an action film on some level. There seemed to be indications that
it's not a complete action movie.
But heroic fight
but
sequences.
It has
for sure.
two fight sequences.
It does.
In the whole movie.
Okay.
There are two fight sequences.
Okay.
It's not an action film. I would like to call it a emotional drama.
Okay.
Or maybe a total package, because there are emotions.
Fights.
There are fights. There is romance. Yeah, there are a lot of things.
I was looking at this teaser and I was thinking about a few other fights that you've done in some of your other films as well. And I wondered how you would be able to, with respect to dialogues and those kind of scenes, you can easily create a difference between who you are, right? Oh, this character speaks differently, he thinks differently, all of that. But when you're beating up 5 people, between one film and the other, how many unique ways can you beat them up?
It's the same process.
Yeah.
Like when we do it in a scene, we'll first design the character, understand his background, understand his flashback, how he was brought up and everything. And when you're doing the fight sequences,
that comes
the same thing is applicable.
Right.
For example, when I did AR, that's when I had to do 3 different kind of fights in the same movie. 3 of them are trained in Kalaripayattu. but three of them are not fighting the same. When you look at it closely, when Kunjikulu misses a hit, he'll have his grace even while missing that hit. And if Manian is missing that hit, he'll have that anger. I mean, that somebody is beating me, I'll go back and bounce back.
Right.
But when it comes to Ajayan, he's also trained in Kalari fighter. He's also healthy. But when he misses a hit, he goes this and come back.
Correct. Yeah.
So there is acting in fight also.
For sure. Yeah.
And I cannot do the same expressions. I cannot do the
What am I
same.
doing? So you're beating up 10 people here.
Yeah. So I try to understand it, and I try to incorporate that character's trait in fights also. I mean, it need not be perfect. I mean, I like to have imperfections in my fight sequences,
Right.
so that it looks like the character fighting, not some trained assassin fighting. If I'm playing a trained assassin, I have to fight like a trained assassin.
Of course. Then you're looking
If
at it
I'm
from
fighting
that
like a
lens.
common man, I have to fight like a common man.
Yeah. There is no notion of stardom that's coming into these scenes and affecting it.
Yeah. Some characters might blink while fighting, some characters might not blink while fighting.
But the objective definitely is not to sell Tovino's charisma through the fights.
Tovino doesn't matter when
Yeah.
it comes to characters.
Yeah.
The character matters. The character's characteristics matters.
But I'll tell you what started happening with the roles that you do, though, with the fights and all of this. You are able to bring a certain physical authority to fights that matter, right? If the fight demands that, I believe truly that this man can hurt 15 people.
Yeah.
I'm already buying it even before you've landed a single punch. With a lot of actors, right, who are evolving in the film space, they're typically trying to get there.
Okay.
They're tripping, which is why you see that some actors who start off with love stories, for example, they're waiting for that elusive action role where, oh, now people buy that I can beat people up. Now I'm transitioning into a star.
Yeah, I'm an accidental action star because I'm too lazy to work so hard. But one action movie of mine clicked, then I had to do that to survive, so that I can also do movies which I want to do.
Yes.
Movies without fights, with intense emotions. That's what I would love to do.
Yeah? Okay.
That's why I came into cinema. That's why I told I'm an accidental action star.
But I'm sure they're not letting you go without action spaces, right?
No, in movies, if this action is necessary, I can do it.
Yeah.
But in certain movies, action is not necessary. There I don't have to do it. Even if the director wants it, I'll ask him, why? Is it necessary? If it's not necessary,
I love that you're asking that question,
Yeah.
because usually it's the other way around, where a director says, yeah, maybe we don't need fights here, and the actor says, I don't know, I think my fans might want to fight.
I don't think actors nowadays think like that. I mean, I think people are being more sensible about playing characters. Everyone is thinking a lot about the characters. I don't think people are asking for fight sequence. I don't know. I don't think people I know are doing that.
Okay. One of my favorite, I think, action spaces of yours is in Talamala for sure.
Yeah.
I love the theaters.
Yeah.
Because each time I think somebody is able to capture that chaos in like a closed space, I think it brings out something almost very primal in
That was an amazing experience for all of us. Because there were
and you're having so much fun with it also, right? With the fights itself.
fun as in
At least visual fun when
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
watching. That's what
it's
I mean.
physically exhausting. It takes a toll on your body. You can have injuries, which you will not know right then and there. Maybe after a few years, you'll understand. Okay, that fight sequence, I fell from that height. Back then it was fine, but after this point of time, I understand this.
For years.
After years, it can happen. So, but still, when we are doing something as a team, it's fun. How much ever you have to work hard, how much ever physically exhausted you are, you'll still go for another take if that's necessary. Even if your battery percentage is 0, your body's battery percentage is 0, you'll still push for one more take, because we are doing it as a team.
Yeah.
And when you're doing it as a team, there is an element of fun in it, or it's like a game, team game.
Mm, you know the usual debate about action, right? Where some people say, yeah, the actors need to play a bigger part in doing the fights themselves. Like, think of the poster boy of that is Tom Cruise, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's a rare specimen. Not everyone can be a Tom Cruise.
Do you look at some of these stunts that he's doing at this age, and do you feel like maybe I should
I
jump out of a flight?
think he's a superhero to do those sequences all by himself,
Do you feel like that brings
flying a plane. I mean,
biking out of
bike
a mountain?
out of a mountain, and he's doing it himself. I don't know, maybe someday if I get a role like that, probably I'll fall and die. I'm not sure. I mean,
I hope that doesn't happen.
no, if I try something like what Tom Cruise tries, I don't know if I'll succeed in it. I mean, for doing that kind of action sequences, it's not just enough to have that physical ability to do it. It's more mental ability, I believe.
Right.
The courage, the confidence, and all.
Yeah.
In that aspect, I think Tom Cruise is a superhero.
No, but you're bringing your share of not to make comparisons, but you're bringing your share of charisma to these roles. Like for example,
I don't have to be Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I have to be the best version of myself.
absolutely right. Like for example, with Lokah, that certainly happened, right? The moment you step into the film, I saw the kind of response. Even theaters in Chennai, sort of.
The thing is,
exploded.
I'm someone who depends a lot on the directors. If the director is good, my performance will be good. If the director is not able to bring out my performance, I'm just a tool. He has to bring it out. I'll take effort. It's not that I'll just go stay there. I'll take effort from my side, but for that I need inputs from the director.
Yeah.
What effort I should take. For instance, in Lokah, I'm barely in 5 scenes.
Yes.
But Arun Dominic, he wanted me to learn the coin trick. I'm doing a guest appearance.
Yes.
So learning a skill for a full-length movie, that's different. For a guest appearance, he wanted me to learn this. That was an input that he gave to me. And I started preparing for it in the previous movie itself. And by the time I finished that movie, I mastered it. I didn't master it in 1 day or 2 days. It took days and weeks for that flow. By the time I started shooting for Lokah, I shot for 8 days for Lokah, I think, maximum. And at that point of time, I was happy that I could master it, what my director wanted. Because I trust my directors. And I trust them blindly.
And now it's a skill that you have.
Yeah. Once you learn a skill, it'll never go away.
Right.
So, the character in Lokah, Michael, I was shit scared to do that character. Because that's a very risky character to do. That's something that Jim Carrey does. And Jim Carrey is another superhuman that I believe he is. The way his facial muscles moves and all. Yeah. And also, Jim Carrey was a reference. It should go a little over the top. At the same time, it should not be cringe. You need to be funny intentionally.
Yes.
Not unintentionally.
Absolutely.
So for that, when I was in doubt, I called up Arun Dominic and asked, I don't know how I'm going to play this. Give me inputs. And he kept on giving me inputs. And still I was like, I'm still not confident. Like Jim Carrey is the reference.
Like-
Why
like
did
a
you give me Jim Carrey as reference? Now I think I cannot achieve it ever. Then he said, you just come here. Trust me. I'll make you do it. I trusted him. He trusted me.
And because we were talking so much about Hollywood, you throw a Hollywood dialogue also in it.
Hasta la vista. Hasta la vista, police.
Where is the Terminator 2 reference coming in from?
It's just because of the gun.
Yeah.
Like how Terminator, he points the gun.
Yeah. Maybe I can stretch this a bit further because we're talking about Terminator 2, which has some of the most iconic action set pieces made in cinema ever. What are some of your favorites in terms of action?
In certain countries,
Yeah.
I think there it's a normal thing for everyone to learn martial arts. When you look at Raid 1 or Raid 2, for them, they've been training since their childhood and it's part of their culture and they can easily do it. Raid 1 and Raid 2, insane action sequences.
Yeah.
If I want to achieve something like that on my own, it will take years of training. Even if we can use cinematic techniques and all.
Mm.
For a single shot action sequence, I might need years of training and flexibility and core strength and all.
I understand. Yeah.
So I love such action movies.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
I'll never try and do something like that. It's too much effort for a lazy person. Like,
I mean, but the joys
if,
you get
if
out of
if
it when
the
done
yeah,
well, right?
we
Which is why
work
we're
for the
still talking about it
satisfaction.
now. Yeah.
We work for the satisfaction. Maybe if that satisfaction that I'm going to get after that movie is that attractive, I might train for years. I don't know. I might. For ARM, I wouldn't say that I'm trained in color operator, but I trained for 6 months
Right.
for that movie. In the previous movie itself, I started training color operator, and while shooting also I trained, and it helped me as an actor not only in action sequences, but I think I've got little more reflexes, good reflexes, and body control, body mind coordination, because color is something like active yoga. So when you are learning color operator, when you are being in that posters, the muscles which you will not use in regular life,
Yeah.
you are using those muscles.
I think I should start with passive yoga first.
No, I mean, some kind of martial art you should learn. I think it will improve your reflexes. So after ARM, I learned it's a life skill also.
Yes.
So when I learned Kalari Poeto for 6 months, I could see my reflexes are improved. When I slip and fall, earlier I would have fallen with my bottom hitting on the ground directly, which can injure my tailbone or my vertebrae. But after that, when I fall, I know how to fall. Like it comes as a reflex. I'll balance my body in my hands and my legs. I'll be in that
What a
posture.
fantastic skill to have. Yeah.
That's not even voluntary. It's an
survival.
involuntary action. Yeah, that's a survival skill also.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best thing about training some martial art. You can reduce your injuries when you're trained.
We were talking about Lokah, so I can probably ask you this. You do tease us that the second film is going to be about you
Yes,
and all the
that's going
hundreds
to
of
be the biggest challenge in my career ever. I mean,
hundreds of brothers that you.
yeah, 389 characters in a movie, but I don't know how it will be shown. I don't think 389 characters can be shown in a movie. In the
I don't think
introduction itself, the movie will be over. Then we'll have to wait for the third part to see
Meet
the
him,
story.
meet him, meet
Yeah, but they have a skeleton of the script. They are working on it. We are in touch.
No, when you say that's going to be the greatest challenge of your career, why are you saying that? Like, which part of it specifically worries you? Or
Acting part, I have to act in distinctive ways for different characters.
right.
That's something that Kamal Hassan does, and he's another superhuman in my idea. So I have to train a lot, and I have to depend on
And
my
he's done
director.
so many films where he's done multiple roles and so many memorable films
And
as
he
well.
has aced it, every one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have a favorite there?
Michael Madana Kamarajan, the climax
Always.
sequence of Michael Madana Kamarajan, 4 characters coming in the same look. Everyone is wearing Madan's clothes. Everyone is looking like Madan. But from in a shot, from even if he's not talking, from his body language, we understand who that is. If he is Michael or Madan or yeah,
Fantastic. Yeah.
that's a master class of acting. And the climax sequence of Michael Madana Kamarajan.
For sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's not easy to do that. I mean, the choreography and all, same guy has to play 4 characters and he has to do fight sequences. He has to maintain the continuity. I still don't understand how he did that. I mean,
And like you say, it's not, they're not necessarily relying on dialogues also,
yeah,
right? To explain the difference between one character and the other.
another legend.
What is the most hurt you have been in doing an action set piece?
I've got burns. I've got an internal injury, and I was in ICU for a couple of days, and then I had to go stay in the hospital for another 1 week. Then I had to. This was for Kala,
Right.
and I had to be in the bed for a month before I started shooting again. We had to break the shoot, and I did Kane Kane. After a month, I could go back and shoot only Kane Kane. Kane Kane doesn't have a fight sequence.
Yeah.
But that was emotionally draining, not physically. So I got another month of rest. Then I went back to Kalasit and continued fighting.
Fighting, yeah.
One incident happened. There was not uh, an action sequence,
Yeah.
but there was a huge aquarium in the room. And while I was in the shot, this aquarium broke, and and that aquarium had 4 layers. In one layer there are yellow fishes, one pink fishes, one green fishes. It was like that. So 4 layers of glass broke and came to me, and this reflex again helped me. I jumped out because I couldn't because this aquarium was behind.
Which one is this for?
Nadigar.
Right.
The aquarium was behind. And there was not even an action sequence, so I don't have to be careful. I just have to be in character.
You're performing.
I'm performing.
You're acting, yeah.
The right before action, I'm sitting on the spot and I'm hearing tuck 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 tuck, and I don't understand what's happening. And I look at the cameraman, and the cameraman is not looking at me; he's looking behind me. Then immediately it's right. Oh, that thing has broken. I don't even have time to turn back. And glass pieces, when they are broken, they are sharper than metal. I jumped, and I didn't even have time to think. I jumped and I reduced the body contact with floor to the maximum.
Of course.
And I got a cut. The part of my little finger was cut off. I had to graft it, and I got a cut here. Yeah, it's still there. Here,
Yeah, that's good.
one here, and again I had to stay in bed for a month before I started walking.
When you process this for
But
like a month
I'm someone who likes lying down than standing or sitting or walking. So I enjoyed it.
But nobody talks about this part of the job. I'm talking about coming back, right? After a potentially traumatizing injury.
Yeah, it was traumatizing.
Yeah, and then coming back and saying, "Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go again."
I like to rest, but I don't like to be in the bed when I don't want to be in the bed.
Yeah.
So you deciding to be in the bed and lying down on the bed is one thing. The circumstance forcing you to lie down in the bed for a month, it's a different thing.
I know. Yeah.
I kept on watching movies. I watched My Left Foot. I'm a huge fan of Daniel Day-Lewis.
Of course.
I watched My Left Foot, and it was very motivating for him. Only my left foot I could move because
each time you throw me a reference like this, I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite Daniel Day-Lewis performance? One of it.
There Will Be Blood.
Of course.
Phantom Thread. My Left Foot. Gangs of New York. Lincoln.
Yeah, I think we'll be spelling out every film from his filmography.
He's too good.
Wow, I mean, I think we've covered multiple areas from spirituality to religion.
My director and producer will be very unhappy because I spoke about a lot of other things.
You spoke about the film too.
Very little, I think.
Yeah, Pallichattambi for sure.
I think I'll do something. I'll say Pallichattambi.
Yeah.
Pallichattambi. Please place this as a full stop after every sentence of mine.
Every Pallichattambi, yeah.
Yeah.
Like military people say over, no?
Like over. Say Pallichattambi.
Actually, under one of your interviews, I think there was a former colleague of yours, IT colleague, who mentioned, Tovino, I know him from Cognizant days, and he was in Chennai, I think the Thoraipakkam office.
Thoraipakkam office, TCU, Thoraipakkam.
Yeah.
And I was staying in West Tambram.
You were?
And I had to walk from West Tambram because first my joining was in MEPS in Tambram. So what I did was I came and I rented out a house. So MEPS was just joining. My office was in Thoraipakkam. I should have found a house in Thoraipakkam, but I already gave advance. And it was on sharing basis. So I couldn't get out of it. So from every day morning, I'll walk from West Tambram to Tambram railway station, cross it, and go to the East Tambram, and then get by bus to Velachery, and then from there to.
Now I understand why you quit.
No, I quit not because of this. This I liked because I lost weight. I was fit. I was walking 3-4 kilometers every day.
Right.
That was fun. That I enjoyed. I love walking. But I quit because I couldn't see me fitting in there. For someone who loves that job.
The 9-to-5 salaried job.
Yeah. For someone who loves such jobs. So I have a friend who will wake up one Sunday fine morning, he'll take a paper and write codes. for them, Cognizant is a heaven.
I'm sure, yeah.
But for someone who will get bored easily, who can be anxious sitting in one cubicle for months or years, and the thought itself
that requires a
was
different frame of mind, I
traumatizing.
think, yeah.
That thought itself was very traumatizing.
How long did you last?
11 months.
Not bad. Not bad.
And
You
I
lasted a
absconded.
year.
And I absconded. I had to come back and pay money because I didn't serve notice period
Do you
to
want
get
to say
back my
sorry to your
certificates.
boss now?
Why would I? I
For
paid money.
absconding. Oh, you did.
I paid money and I got my certificates back.
You did. Okay. Okay.
And I went back with zero balance. That's how I left from Chennai.
After
My
putting in
account was
11 months
zero.
of work,
Yeah, I had to give back 2 months' salary because I was supposed to serve
I think
notice
they
period.
should say sorry to you.
No,
Nobody needs to say
no,
sorry to anyone.
I shouldn't have absconded.
Yeah.
I agree that, but nobody is saying sorry to anyone. It was a circumstance.
Tell me this, there are so many people who may not be right for the jobs that they do, who can't wait to figure out a space that they will be happier in.
Yeah.
But who are also constantly worried about, oh, will I be right? How should I make this leap? Should I? Shouldn't I? I'm sure there are lots of people there with this existential confusion. Crisis, for sure, right?
Yeah.
And you've been one of the fortunate few who have managed to get out of it and created a career for yourself in another space. What would you tell such people? If one of them were your friend and you're saying, Macha, I also want to do something like this, but should I, shouldn't I?
Quit at the earliest. Before you are wiser.
Right.
Chase your dream when you are stupid and naive so that you will not think twice.
I love it. I love what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because
know it's risky.
I don't know if I'm trying to quit now from Cognizant, right now, at this age and this mental state, if I want to quit, I'll think, because I have responsibilities, I have a family to take care of. Back then, I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything to lose. Now I have a lot of things to lose. And now if I'm thinking of quitting, I will have to think 100 times because it's not something that affects only me. It can affect a lot of people around me.
Right.
So that scares you. So do it at the earliest. If you want to chase your dream, chase it. At least try chasing it, because you can accept failure if you fail. That's fine. That's a good quality. But don't accept failure without trying.
Fantastic. I love it. Yeah. As a final question, when's the next Tamil film? I'm sure there are conversations had constantly.
The thing is, I'm in a very good space in Malayalam.
Yeah.
And I'm doing lead roles at the same time. I'm doing supporting roles,
You got.
villain roles, and it feels nice.
Okay.
I think I'm really enjoying this process.
Okay.
In Malayalam. In Malayalam, I'm trying different dialects right now.
Yeah.
Let me learn that. Let me succeed in
Then
that.
I'll come to a new language.
New language. First, let me learn all the dialects, then I'll come.
But looking at the font and the fact that these films are doing so well here, these feel like Tamil
And
films anyway.
also, I think there are amazing actors here in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
Why would someone need Tovino Thomas here? If they want me, there should be a reason. And I don't want that reason to be stardom. I want that reason to be my acting capability.
Yeah.
And I should be convinced why I am doing that character.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing a lot of great actors, beautiful actors here in Tamil industry. So why do you have to borrow someone from other industry? If the character is a Malayali, I understand.
Yeah. Fantastic. I mean, such clarity almost in every little topic that we've gone to. Right? I totally enjoyed this conversation, Tovino. Thank you so much for this. And
I enjoyed the conversation too. I mean, when you sit with someone for a promotional interview, if the questions are generic, the answers are going to be generic.
Yeah.
If the questions are good, extraordinary, the answers are going to be very creative and imaginative. I think.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking good questions.
No, thank you for all your answers, which kept pushing me in new zones and new zones of thought for sure.
But I speak what I think.
Yeah.
Whatever I told in this interview, it's not necessary that it's right.
I know.
But that's what I think. I'm not stating statements.
Never change. Because that's the most refreshing part of many of the things that you said, including, I know a lot of people who would have potentially said, oh, it's every individual needs to decide whether they need to quit or not and all of that. It would have been a really boring, politically correct answer. But you didn't do that.
Yeah.
You said you thought about what would work
But
for you.
I can only tell from my experience.
Absolutely.
I am someone who quit when I was 21. And it took time. It was not easy for me to get into movies. But there was this inner voice inside me kept on telling, you, it's just a matter of time. You go, you'll succeed. Maybe there was stupidity, I don't know. But it worked for me.
No, in Tamil there's the word pathikla.
Pathikla, Pathikla.
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 Fantastic. All the very best.
And I
with,
don't plan anything. I don't have a strategy. I don't plan anything. I go with the flow. So that I don't have regrets later.
Okay. Okay. That's the way to be. All the very best with Pallichattambi.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And let's talk soon.
Thank you. I love the conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Never change.